Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Spicy margarita, babe. Burn my tongue.
You hear that, Rick?
Oh,
We're listening to Michael Buble's new song.
gold.
With Jason Derulo. It's called Spicy Margarita.
Like that.
All of our guests today, including Michael, who's standing by, sponsored by Bassan Motors. Bassan is looking to help save you money in 2024. Choose no car payments, no gas payments, or no insurance payments until the summer. Get all the info at BASANT Motors, BassanMotors.com. As we're joined now by Burnaby singer-songwriter Michael Buble, part owner of the Vancouver Giants, lifelong Canucks fan. That new single is called Spicy Margarita. He's in the whiskey business as well. Michael, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Really good, guys. Thank you. Yeah, who had Michael Buble and Jason Derulo having a hit song on their bingo card this year? Not I.
No. So are you more excited about the new song or about the Canucks' success so far this season?
I'm excited about both. I feel like I finally got something upbeat enough where now when we're at a game we can hear it. You know?
Are you listening, Francesco Aquilini?
I'll be breaking his ball. Let me tell you, he will be playing that thing or else.
What do you like about this edition of the Canucks, Michael? You've been around for a while following this team.
Man, we've talked so many times before the season. I liked the team before this season. I liked a lot of those players individually. I know them. I know that they felt that way about themselves. I think that there was a little bit of chaos with the coaching and what was there before Mr. Taka got there. Mm-hmm. And I think that structure, that that kind of accountability completely changed how everyone felt, the security of all the guys. They really genuinely like him, and not just him. They like the assistants. Jim Rutherford is a really special guy. I mean, you guys know Jim. Jim's a guy that I talk to a lot, and not because of hockey, but because I respect him a lot. I think he's a really stand-up guy. I think as much as he cares about hockey and the results, I think it's deeper than that. I think this guy's a human being who is a player himself, and I think he cares about their well-being on a human level. And I think that you feel that, and I think that changes an environment. And I think guys start playing for each other. They start believing in themselves even more. And you get here, and then you get a defense core that's big and nasty. And I think you go into a 7-game series. And that's a big, as Brian Burke would say, the truculence changes a lot of stuff. You don't just have really talented forwards in Petey or Brock or,
Miller,
JT, or maybe what I think is, and it's controversial, but I think the greatest player who has ever played in a Canucks uniform is my opinion in Quinn Hughes. But now you got lines, and you start to see it because I talked to other players and other teams who play the Canucks, and I won't say who it was, but there was a player who played on Arizona the other night, and in quotations, they said, that was the toughest game we have had to play this year. This team never stops. Line after line is like a tank that just keeps rolling, and they keep hitting, forechecking. And I mean, that's awesome in one game. You can lose one game, but over 7 games, that gives you a much, as you guys know, way better chance to win. You can roll those lines, and sort of break teams down. And I think that on top of the talent gives us a chance, I hope.
Just in case people didn't think you liked the Canucks, I asked you that question about 15 minutes ago. That was...
It's a lot. I mean, listen, I haven't talked to you guys since this all happened. It's a lot. There's a lot happening. And listen, I'm friends with so many guys in the East, and they always say, oh, let's just see, it's like, shut up.
Man, you dropped a few names there, Michael. We should hire you as an insider.
Yeah.
You busy these days?
I will give up no information. 0.
Do they need to? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do they need to add somebody before the deadline?
I don't know.
Well, come on. You have to do better than that. Come on.
I know. Well, here's the thing. This is the thing. When I tell you I like Jim, and I really like Jim a lot, I love this guy is a patient dude. I believe that there's a certain kind of ethic that he expects. And if it's not met, I feel like I'm the same in my business, and I think my manager, Bruce, is the same. But I think I will say this. I think if there's a deal to be made and it's a fair deal, yeah, absolutely.
Michael,
I don't think this guy makes any moves out of panic. I don't think he does. Like I tell all my buddies, guys, on all my group chats, and my buddies are talking to me, I say the same thing and I mean it. I personally, I don't think there's a better guy or guys that, to run this team. I feel like we're in really good hands no matter what happens.
Michael, I agree with you as well. Rutherford, very patient, and he's going to show that here in the next little while. You're going to be a celebrity captain at the All-Star game. You're going to be a big part of it. How excited are you about that?
It's nice to, hang and see the guys. And for me, too, it's like listen, I got the single out. I got whiskey. So it's nice for me to go and sort of kill two birds with one stone in Toronto. Show up, do morning radio, do all the big things, talk about the single, and then show up and get to, be my 11-year-old self hanging out with, the biggest stars in the world. And I'm talking about Justin Bieber and Will Arnett.
Michael, you
Ray.
So many superstars, Michael, are buying into hockey teams. You remember Ryan Reynolds almost did it in Ottawa. You're part owner of the Vancouver Giants. We already got a couple of texts saying, hey, get Buble a part of the Canucks ownership group. Let's go. Any thoughts of that, or you tried, or what's going on there?
Truly the thoughts are, who wouldn't love to be a billionaire and part owner of an NHL hockey team? I get a massive kick out of being a co-owner of the Giants. I go and skate with them. I love that it's so grassroots. I think we can do an even better job connecting to the community. But it translates into the NHL because I get to watch these dudes turn into amazing NHL players. And so for me, having that partnership with Ron, my dad is in the team with me, and that's such a cool thing. And Salt and Tierra, there's like these co-owners. And by the way, Drew, you guys know the Property Brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Drew Scott has now come in as one of the co-owners. So it's just this great friendship where I bring my kids, they destroy the place. They love it. It's not corporate, and I'm not putting down the NHL, but man, there's so many times you go to an NHL game and it just feels so corporate. And so there's still, I feel like when my grandpa used to take me down to the Pacific Coliseum and we used to watch the Canucks, and it was just a different vibe. And that's the vibe I feel when I bring my kids to the Giants games. And so I just feel it's really cool to be part of that. Guys, I have to say this because I have to. I went down I was filming a movie and it happened to be shot at the Kraken game. They were doing part of it at the Kraken game.
Yeah, we saw you.
So in the morning, I went for a skate with one of their play-by-play announcer guys, and I went and I ended up watching a bunch of the game. I actually sat with the owners and all that. Oh my God, these guys talk about a vibe. I think there's a lot that other teams can learn from what they were doing in Seattle. You walk into that building and it does not feel corporate. It feels it's alive and bright and it's exciting, and the fans are so into it. And you go to the practice and there's 400 people. They're all just sitting there, kids, and all watching the players and getting their stuff signed. It's like that. When I talked to the Wikis, I said to them, like, this is how you grow hockey. This is how you excite young people into wanting to play this game. And I think in Canada, we got to work harder on that. A lot of the best players now are American kids, and we need to really get into the community. And there should be a Vancouver Giants patch or a Canucks patch on every kid. I don't care if you're in high school or Bantam or, you're playing at 8 rinks. That has to happen, and we got to be way better at that here.
I think you want to be an owner. If you were, the thing is that they're looking for a practice facility, and you've got one in Burnaby. It's perfect.
In my house?
In your house.
You make them
They're
lunch?
gonna have a hard time right now, guys. It's there's no ice in there. It's
Okay.
it's well, you know what? My grandpa, he coached you.
In lacrosse.
And now my sons play lacrosse. And so they said, Poppy, can we take the ice out while it's cold outside and make it a little lacrosse box? So we made a little lacrosse box.
You're the only person that I know that I would ask this. Do you know Taylor Swift?
No. But I am really good friends with Brett Veach, who is the GM of the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
And I went down to the practice facility with a friend of mine named Eric Stonestreet. Eric is a killer actor. Remember him from
Modern Family, of course, yeah.
Right. So him and I are really close, and he was giving me hell on tour, like my last tour. He was like, you're there and you don't show up. So I said, okay. So I went down to the practice facility, and I got to hang, and I was chucking footballs with Pat Mahomes and Kelsey. It was so cool. And they're such a great, and Andy Reid, they're such nice people. And I got closer and closer. And that part of the season just fluke that it sort of turned around. And they kept, saying, oh, you're like a good luck charm. You came and you were a good luck charm. And so when they won, they were all calling me on FaceTime. And I had Eric, and he was on the bus with all the guys, and everybody's cheering. And it was beautiful. And then Taylor took my place.
If the Canucks were going to go on a big playoff run and you attended every game, would you expect to be on screen every 5 or 10 minutes?
I would hope to be. That's just the ego that I have.
Hey,
I was incredibly jealous when I saw Francesco sitting there with Chad Kruger and Wayne Gretzky.
Oh.
I just thought, why? How come I'm sitting there?
yeah.
Actually,
I think you're doing okay. Hey, tell us about the whiskey business. We mentioned your new single. You should be paying us, by the way.
Yeah.
Tell
this is a big commercial.
Tell us about your whiskey business. Fraser Thompson Whiskey, is that right?
Yeah, it's called Fraser and Thompson. I named it after, what's just great is that you and I and us, we know about what the Fraser and my grandpa used to take me and say, this is the mighty Fraser, and it meets, to this Glacier Thompson and this beautiful confluence of water. So that's why I named it that. But the truth is, I have no idea what I'm doing. None. I just like money and drinking. And I thought these things would be great. And I happened to buy a little boutique distillery with my wife. It's like this thing we were going to do. And it would be fun because we could do something together. And it turned out through all these different connections that we ended up going with the same company that worked with Ryan Reynolds and Clooney and The Rock and all those guys. And they kind of took over. I mean, I worked hard to make sure that we had a nice, approachable whiskey. I was never a fancy guy. You know what I'm hoping, guys? I'm hoping if somebody like Ron Toigo walks into a party with a $2,000 bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, that I can bring a bottle of Fraser and Thompson in, and that people would say, "Oh, yeah, this is okay. This is good," because that's what it is. It's an approachable whiskey. It's basically, we tried to reverse engineer a whiskey for people that might not love whiskey, because it's not harsh. It's quite smooth and sweet, but
nice.
It's nice, man. It's been really fun.
Well, keep that stuff away from the Canucks the next few months. Hey, you mentioned your kids, Michael. Before we let you go, your eldest Noah, his health issues are well documented. How's everybody doing?
They're good. They're so good. They I was on the phone with Derulo yesterday talking about all this press we have, and my kids are. I won't show you, but you can hear it. My kids are so pumped. This was them at the piano yesterday. I'll just play it for you. You can hear this. This is the real them. This is me capturing them downstairs.
I think you need a new phone, Michael. Michael, I have to be honest with you. We can't hear much.
We can't hear it, Mike.
You mean you can't hear it?
Got to put it on speaker.
Send it to Ryan, and we'll play it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. It's hilarious. My kids basically. I came downstairs and they had fully. My kid had learned to play the part on the piano, and they're all just sitting there singing. The baby can't talk, so she's just dancing around. But it's that really just ruined live radio there, and I'm embarrassed about it. So,
the kids are healthier than your phone.
The kids are better than my. That's weird because I can hear it so loud and clear here, and I don't know why it didn't show up.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, don't ask. If you watch our show, we're the king of the kings of technical mistakes. So don't ask us. Send that to Ryan, and we'll get it on.
Hey
there.
guys, who's going from your side to the All-Star game? Is anybody going to?
Do we look like all stars? Absolutely, no one.
No one.
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
No one, Mike. No one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
What do you think, guys? You got any tips for me? I know you got to go. I know you got stuff to do, but tell me, what would you do if you're picking these teams and you got sitting there with Jack and Quinn? What do you do? Who do you take first?
Quinn.
Well, you have to be you have to keep the Canuck fans happy.
Yeah.
Quinn, you got and here's the thing.
You're saying you're saying that you would take all Canucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be
People
huge.
would be loving it. People would be roasting you. Cause controversy.
That's the thing, huh?
Yeah.
And then the other part is too. Remember, I got Jack, so it's not just Quinn and I.
Right.
So we can't be taken over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I told you I wanted to take Walt Podubny first because I love that name.
Captain of the all-name team. Michael, thank you so much. We'll get you on pretty soon again, okay?
I can't wait. Listen, have me back when I finish this All-Star thing, and I can tell you the real dirt about what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll hold you to that. All right.
Okay,
Spicy Margarita.
I won't play my phone.
Spicy Margarita is the name of the new single, and the whiskey is Fraser and Thompson whiskey. All the best, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Can't appreciate it.